Hey guys, so today we are going to resume from the place where we have left. What we were doing. Let me just quickly show you. So let me just get this way. Okay. So what we have done, we were working on a eShop application using ASP.NET. So for those who have just started following me, that I have created an application based in .NET 9.0, where I was developing eShop application based on an open source repository, and I was gradually building this application. So on my YouTube channel, I have shared a series of videos and a course spanning around 15 videos. So with the recent advent of AI, what I've done, I have moved to AI assisted coding. And at this point of time, I'll be focusing on the AI assisted coding. So instead of, uh, so I'll be focusing more on the AI assisted coding. And for the coding, what I've done, I have used Claude Code. But for Claude Code, there are certain limitations which people personally face, especially the pro account. To cater that, I have created, let me just quickly show you in my YouTube channel, if I can quickly go to that. Okay. The reason I'm showing this you guys, so in case if you want to follow the previous videos, so recently I have created a video. Hi, today I'm going to show which tells about how we can set up the Claude Code for free. So for those who are not willing to use any paid account, so they can use Claude Code set up via the video which I've shared, and we can use any free model. Currently what I'm using, let me just quickly show you. uh, so let me just try if I can. Which model are you? So within Visual Studio, I have opened the terminal, and within the terminal, there is a previous session which I was using. So I'll be working on that. And what I've done in my last video, I have tried identify a roadmap. So currently we are using NVIDIA Nemotron 3. So this is a free model. Let's just quickly go to our cloud.md file. So an improvement roadmap have been shared by this application. So we'll be focusing on the short-term improvement right now. So we will do it side by side. So at least we get an idea of what we are trying to achieve. And let me just put it here. Not the Claude one. So what I'm going to do now, let me do instead of this way, let me just do this way. So we can see side by side what was the area. So I'm just saying it, let's focus on short-term improvements. One more thing which might be unique or might be ambiguous for this development is that when you use AI assisted coding, you are not very sure what and how it's going to achieve that. You have to direct the AI, and it will help you land where you want to go. So when I said what it's saying, looking at the short-term improvement for our roadmap, it says add test infrastructure, create xUnit test project, enhance error handling or validation, add fluent validation or this and that, and then improve security. So we will be focusing on add testing infrastructure, but keep asking me about every step for approval. This is the reason I want to take control of the AI. So I want to stay in control. And what else? I'm seeking approval and also describe what is meant, also describe the purpose of change. Let's see how it proceeds. Then we'll be, let me just do this way. So at least we get this, because currently testing infrastructure we are implementing, so, and which is using xUnit. So we'll be asking certain questions from the AI to help us equipped with the xUnit as well. And down the road, that we will be learning how the AI is doing this. So it's just thinking and searching for a pattern, and let's see how it works. So I'm awaiting it to do certain things, and what it's doing. So along with you, I'm also waiting. So should we create a separate test project? What this is what it's saying. And our usual practice is that you should create separate test projects. So we'll be allowing it. Let's see what other option it's saying. It's say create a dedicated xUnit test project for testing business logic entities and specification in application code. That's one thing. Then it say no, create a single test project for all layers. So, and this is some what it is recommending. And then is saying create one test project that will contain tests for application core, infrastructure, and web. So let's just see what it's saying. It's a create application core.test project. So let's just see, and we are going to proceed with the default one. So let's see what it does. You can see we already have 3 projects in our solution: a core, infrastructure, and a web project is being there. So what it does, let's just see. I'm just going to close this because we are not referring to this anymore. And so what it says, so we have answered that it's running a .NET new xUnit. So you can see that using a .NET command, it's adding. And then over here, so if I can highlight, I'm just trying to not do anything which hinders anything. Let me highlight it for you. So you can see it's just run the .NET and it's added a test. It's not added, it haven't added the test, but it's asking. So bash command is there. You can see over here, it have mentioned the same thing. And what it requires me, so it's asking for a approval. So I'm going to approve it. One thing which I always follow, that I only use this yes one. I do not use this, because if I use this, it will go on and perform the changes which I might not allow, or it might not be asking me. So I don't want it to like supersede me. So I'm using this yes. So let's see what happens. So we are going to run xUnit, and while it's running xUnit, let me just use, okay, what it's asking for. So add reference in test project. Okay, so it's asking for a reference. I'm allowing it. And let me just, by the way, explain xUnit to me as well. So there are 2 things. One thing, if we are new to xUnit, so xUnit it's getting set up behind the scene. But the second thing, we are not aware of what xUnit itself is. So let's see. We just asked the Claude Code to do two things in parallel. One, it's doing the bash thing, which is trying to add And the second thing, it have also trying to answer me what xUnit is. So let's see if it's sufficient for me or not. So it's have provided a sort of an explanation in a coding form. So it says arrange, act, and assert. So what's going to do? So it's arranging a calculator function, which is an actual function. It might have created some. Then it's tried to act. So when it's testing that calculator, it's using the act function. And within calculator, you might know add, subtract, and delete and divide are like major functions. So it's using the act to perform that, and then it asserts. So what it have done, it have provided a test in act with 2 or 3, and it's expecting a result of 5 in the assert. So you can think of it as triple A: arrange, act, and assert. So in theory, what is it? It's what it is. It's a data driven test. And inline test, what it says, 2, 3, 4, which we have already given. The starting one, 2 hours like input, and the 5 is the result. And again, it do have another inline data for testing. So you can see the add written correct sum. What it does, calculator is there. The result is calculator dot add and then assert dot equal. So what it does, the test project will allow us to write tests for the business logic entities. It haven't explained that much, so let's see what it does. I'm still expecting that's running behind the scene. So to install, okay, and dismiss to dismiss. It's just, are you still running? I am late. Okay, so it's asked me for the approval. So let me just add. And one more thing you can do, instead of just providing the approval, if I add tab, so and also provide me definition of xUnit and simple test driven development. So I've done 2 things. One thing, it have modified, which I'm going to save. Let's see how it does that. Solution have been modified outside, and what it's asking me. So let's see. I'm going to save the file. Let's see if it allows me or not, and what else it has done. So you can see if where does it go? Okay, it will come again. So what it has done, it has tried running a command. It seems like it haven't been reloaded, but let's just first see the window, and then we'll be going to see if the project have been loaded. So it have done 2 things. One, it have run the yes command, where it have added that test, and the second thing which I've said to him, and all provide me definition of xUnit. So what it does, so project have been added, which I'll reload in a while. Then it says xUnit definition. xUnit is a free open source community focused unit testing tool for the .NET framework. It is the latest unit testing framework from the original inventor of NUnit v2. And the key feature include this parallel test execution by default, no need for text fixture or setup, and use facts. So what does a simple test driven development process is? So write a failing test that defines the desired behavior. How we simply use a test driven development, we came up with requirement and we used to write the test cases first. The reason is that we are setting up a criteria, a boundary, that what we are expecting out of certain thing, and then we try to develop that function. So let's take the example of the calculator. If the calculator is there, we want to develop a calculator, so we need to use add, update, delete, these type of functions. So if we are like trying to create it using the test driven development, our test cases will be there first. We will be creating a test case for add, and which will eventually fail because add haven't been implemented. But once we proceed with adding, so we will get the minimal code to make the test pass. So this is a red and green behavior, and then we will be refined and improve the code using the refactoring and repeat continue with the next behavior. So this is how test driven development is achieved. Again, it says an example. So asking for a get final price for any catalog calculation, but when it's being implemented, it returns a proper price and this and that. So now it's saying, let me know which entity you like to create testing catalog this and which behavior you want to test first. So rather than going this way, provide me a list of test cases you identified. Okay. Rather than doing this, let me just try reloading it. Seems like the project is not there. So what I would try to do, it should have allowed me a refresh. This one. Okay. Okay, I'll try doing one thing. I'll try to close this and I'll try to reopen it. Let's see what happens. So still it seems like the project haven't been loaded despite it have been like created, and it says each of test projects have been created. So where does it exist? I still can't locate it. So let's just go and see. So you can see the core tests are there, but it's not part of the project. So this is something which you need to take care of. So I have asked it to show all files, but the project doesn't seems. So let's, rather than doing it manually, I can see the test project being included in the solution. Let's see what it does. I'll try my best not to do anything manually. The main thing is we will be acting as a director and we will be directing the AI to code for us. So let's see what it does and what it's saying. It might be a possibility that this solution file is not being modified or not being saved. So list, yeah, it asks me to solution to list, and let's see what it does. Will it be able to find this project or not? This command. So .NET solution add. So now it's trying to add it. So I'm allowing it, and I am going to reload it again. So you can see like the tests are there. So we have our test project set up. It have already set up the dependencies over there, and it's just a simple unit test. So now again, what does it asking for? It's asking for approval again. So let's just allow it, and I'm hopeful that the issue have been resolved, so it will see that the test is there. It's doing on its own. I was anticipating to like tell him or tell the AI to create, but it's doing certain things on its own. So I'm allowing it. I'm not intervening it at this point of time, just allowing to see what it's doing. Despite I don't want this to be done. So let's see, because it's just reading the file, but it might be requiring a permission from me to create this. Now, what it does, let's just see what it does. So it have tried creating a file which is going to create within the test, and what it has done, it have created a catalog item and try to assert the ID can set and get name. So this is it's time can set and get price within the catalog. I don't know if the catalog do have those. And what one more thing, what it's doing, the way it's doing, it's just creating a catalog item and setting an ID and just comparing that to this. So no further function call and nothing. So I think I should ignore this. So let's see what it does. Let me just ask, help me. Okay, not so identify a list of potential test cases from the current code base. I'm allowing it to go through within the whole code base rather than restricting it. So let's see what it comes up with, and then we are going to proceed and see how we can do further things. So let's see how it's going to happen, what is going to happen further. Let's just what it says, catalog item list. Again, instead of listing, it's asking you. So let me just copy it. Or what it does, like escape. Let's just escape this. I don't switch model. Okay, so I'm not rewinding it, but escape to exit. So okay, so stop. I'm just instructing it to stop whatever it's doing. Let's see how it responds. Then what I'm intending to do is to like using shift insert. Now when I have stopped it, so let me just, would you like me to show what I was about to write so you can review? I don't want what I was planning to write. So instead, let me just instruct it. I'm instructing it rather than executing. I need you to, okay, just give me a minute. I need to get hold of my charger. Uh, Wait for a while. So let's just try. Okay, so I need you to plan first. So I'm not asking this AI to execute. I need to plan first and read the code base and identify potential test cases to be created. Do not create them now. Just identify and provide and discuss. Just create them now. Okay, don't create them now, just identify them. So let's just see what it does. again seems like it's trying to create it. So this is something which we need to learn once we keep interacting with the AI, because different models interact differently. And the model which I am using, it could be a possible reason because this is a free model. So it might not have that capability, or again, it's like saying the create first unit file for catalog item entity. So let's see what it's doing. It says it's thinking. So let's see how it's going to proceed and how it works. So it says it's have accomplished something. So let's see what it does. So along with you, I'm waiting to see how it's proceeding. So you can see based what it started saying, because I have asked it to plan for it. So based on my analysis of the code base, here are the potential test cases I've identified for each entry. Base entity inherited by all entities. Test that ID property can be set and retrieved correctly. Test that ID defaults to 0 when a new entity is created. So it's focusing on the base entity. Then it says like catalog item. Test that all scalar properties can be set and retrieved. It's testing about the properties, either it can be set or not. Test the foreign properties can be set and retrieved, like those linking properties, type ID and brand ID. Then it says the navigation properties work correctly. So this is something that has there. Within the basket, it says the spider ID can be set and retrieved. So it's asking or telling about the basket. And then it says the basket item test that all scale in the set be retrieved. Proceed with creating, or we prefer to adjust the list before I start implementing. Okay. So implement separate test case files for each entity, one by one, and ask me to review before creating any file. So let's see what it does. I've said it like for all these, what you have just said, create separate files and just create one by one, but do ask me that do you want this to be created or not. So let's see how it does that. So for first, it have picked up the base entity. You can see it over here. So again, it's thinking. Let's see what it's doing. So now what it does, it have created a file in memory, not on physically, because it's need approval of mine. And you can see within the code, it's like using that the reference to the entities project of the application core. And what it starts doing, it's creating specific methods that have fact as an attribute being tagged prior to that. And what it's doing, ID can be set and retrieved. What it's doing inside that, it's creating a base entity and setting a test ID, and then it's verifying that. Same goes for default to 0. Can it be set to 0? And can be set to negative, and it's trying to set it to negative. So it's trying to assert each and everything. So yes, you want to create me. So I want it to create. Yes. So you can see as I allow it, it have just added this base entity test over here. Then it says again it's asking for approval. So let me just allow the approval. What it's saying, run test for application test projects. So it's trying to test. Let's see what it does. So if I have started the test execution, let's see what it does show to me, and create a base entity unit test, which I already have created, and it says I'm going to run. Let me see if it's do it that way or not. So the unit tests are there and it's doing certain things. In the meantime, I can quickly see this file which we have seen over there. It have created those. So let's just quickly go to that terminal. I'm just awaiting what it's going to do. So just bear with me. So what it does, so this time what it does, it have created another bigger file, and this is for catalog item test. It's again in memory, and it's creating a fact for like inherit ID from base entity. Again, catalog have been like created and the ID have been set, but you can see that catalog item, if I quickly show you with the application core and entities and what's there inside the catalog item, if I can quickly go there, you can see there is no ID field over here. It resides within the base entity, and what it's trying to do and trying to achieve over here, as it says from the method name, that inherits ID from base entity. So it's trying to test if I am able to set it, it's setting it properly or not. Then it says can set and get name. So it's testing a name. Then it says a description, and then it's trying to test a price. Then a picture URI, it's testing a test URI, and the catalog ID is being there. Then the brand ID is being set. Can navigate, can set navigational property. It's trying to set some navigational properties, and then proper set navigation property can be null. So it's asserting a null as well. So and then can set all properties at once. It's trying to create a full catalog item, setting all the ID, name, description, and trying to assert it. So I'm allowing it to create that file. You can see as I have created that file, that specific file have been created over here. Let's just quickly skim through it, which we have just did. So you can see everything is here. And now what it's trying to do, it's trying to run all tests. Let's see how it works. One thing I am personally thinking, it says like test. Okay, so all projects are up to date and starting test execution. Wait, seems like an error. So let's see what it does. Starting test execution, and I don't know how it's going to proceed. So let's see. Then we can further refine our instructions to achieve what we are trying to achieve. So this is the prime and the main objective of doing AI assisted development. This time I'm just using it for the sake of my existing project, but later down the road we will be building things from scratch. So You can see update is there, and what it's trying to do, edit a file. And why it's saying so, it's trying to assert certain equal things. So let me just allow it. So it has facing some issues while trying to update it. Let me just close this file, and .NET test filter fully qualified name it's using. Let's just try. I've also closed the test file. So in case if there is a certain handle which Visual Studio is taking on that file, so it allow this to be edited. So let's see what it's doing. It again says like .NET test, run all tests. So I'm allowing it. So what it does is try running a .NET test command on that test project with a specific filter, and then it says that all projects are up to date. Then it's tried running uh, the command without the filter, and the test for catalog are now passing. Would like to proceed creating with test for the basket entity next. I'll follow the same pattern, create the test file and show you I'm planning to write and wait for your approval before creating it. Now it have identified that how I am trying to drive it, and based on our conversation, it have asked somewhat similar thing. So what you like to do, continue with basket test, review the catalog first and skip to another, make sure. So I'm just saying, yeah, go ahead with basket test, review the and wait for your approval. So rather than ask selecting one, yes, proceed. And what it just have said, I've given a more general or sort of a vague answer instead of choosing one. This is the reason is that I want what the AI have just said to me. I want it to proceed with that. So what it's going to do, it's going with the basket unit test, creation of that basket test. Let's see how it's going to proceed and how it's going to work. So still awaiting. I hope you are able to learn certain things, and it might be helping you with getting equipped in the AI landscape. Let me just do one thing. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's better now. Okay. So with this being done, it's still trying to create the test, taking a while. So certain tokens have been pushed, but sometime what actually happens, like the exchange of tokens with the main model takes certain time. It's still thinking and processing things behind the scene. So let's see how we are proceeding. Uh, if I can, okay. Do you want to create basket test.cs? Yes, I'm allowing it. One thing I need to do, if okay, .NET task projects. So I'm just keeping, okay, I think we haven't reviewed that. So it's creating certain line control O to expand. So let's see if it works or not. Okay, it's not working. So sometime, so I'm saying no, first show me the whole file first so I can review and then again ask for approval. So what I've said that you have just shown me 10 lines of this code and you are seeking approval based on that. So how could you expect me to proceed with that? So I just said it to it, show me the whole file. So what it's doing, it should have done it a bit faster, but still it's taking a while. So uh, let's see what it does or not. I'm still awaiting certain things. So again, seems like it haven't provided and no types. First, show me the whole file in terminal so I can review first and then provide approval to you. Let's see what it does. Now what happens, which usually happens with these free models, like certain rate limiting have been achieved. So this free model rate limiting have been achieved. If it doesn't work, I'll be switching to another model. So don't worry. For the time being, we will see. I'm just going to retry in 6 7 seconds, and if it doesn't do, I'll be uh, let's see what it does. I think it has tried multiple attempts. One thing which I might be expecting, this is my assumption, we will be trying it later because we are in the middle of a session and we were trying a free model, and you can see 8 attempts have already been done, and I don't expect this model to further allow me to proceed because I have consumed the limit of the tokens it allow me. So I will be shifting to another model. So I need to see if my current code session allows me to keep track of that uh, context which we have built with this conversation. And one thing which I haven't done is that I haven't added or asked this uh, free model to add this conversation to Claude.md. So there could be a possibility that we might lose some context, and I don't expect that it's going to move further. So what I would be doing further, let me just open up new window. I'm going to open router.ai and I'm going to look for a free model. So don't know. So this was the one which I was using. And what else we have with us? So this is something which we have just used. Uh, what else? So it's going away on 20 seconds. So let's give it a try. Um, what I should do, I need to go to my users folder. So chunk for 6 tasks done, one open. So one task is open. So as anticipated, uh, let's let me just go to the users, and within that I'm going to go to the Claude. I'm going to open the settings file, and you can see I was using this model. Let me just switch to the other one. Uh, let's see if it can pick this. I don't expect, because usually Claude needs to be uh, restarted. So can you fetch the Claude settings again? Let's see what it does. I'm asking Claude Code to fetch Claude settings again, just giving it a retry. But again, the model is not there, so it's not going to do anything. So even it's not going to answer me which model are you, because there is no limit. So no answer can be like given to me. I anticipate which model are you, I'm asking, and I don't expect this to be answered. It is retrying the previous one. So there I'm just uh, let's see, rather than this attempt. So let me just ask which model are you, and you can see still I don't expect any answer. And yeah, so I need to exit this, and I need to, let me just clean this. I'm not cleaning this for reference, I'm keeping it there, and I'm just trying to use Claude again. So this time, now arc, if I'm pronouncing it right, archi.a-ai is there. So what I'm going to do with this, ask. So let's see if it allows me. Can you fetch? Yes, proceed, implement. Now, if I'm going to use this, I don't expect this model to have that context. Let's see if it works or not, and how effectively it can catch up. So one thing I need to do, I need to build up. Okay, so exceeded free models per day. Rate limit exceeded. Free model request. Seems like the OpenAI might be imposing it on me. So I'm trying to get hold of something else if I can get. One more thing I can do, I can switch to a new account, so which I've been doing in a while. So let me just try one more first, and otherwise, let's see what other field models are there. NVIDIA, OpenAI, Google, Gamma, Coin. Let's try Coin Coder. And still, I don't expect this to work. The reason is the open router itself seems like I'm I'm trying to escape it, exit. Let's just, no, not clearing it. I am, what I'm trying to do, I am trying to use Claude again. So which model are you? Let's see what it responds with. And I still don't expect, because Anthropic API. Okay, so what I was expecting, that it's going to create a problem for me. So let's just try signing out. So I'm just exiting it from here. So seems like open router have imposed some limit on me. So no worries. We'll see the sign up thing. Uh, I think I need to pause somehow or this for a while or somehow escape. Okay. What I'm doing, I'm trying to do this thing. And let me just try setting up my account. So this way I can set up a new account. Let me just try setting up the new account. Okay, so um, uh, just wait for a while. So what you can do if your open router limit got expired, so try setting up a new one. And this time again I'm using the same NVIDIA Super One model. I am setting it up inside my code. For a while, I am not displaying my screen because there are certain keys which I need to keep to myself. But let me just save this file settings dash. Let me just do save as settings. So just wait a minute. Okay. So settings. Yes. Uh, Bear with me. Just a few minutes remaining. Let me just go and get my keys. Uh, Let me just create one. I'm creating it for to expiration. Edit. Can't see that call key. I don't know if I'm able to get hold of it. Overview. We just recreate one more. For some reason, I missed the key. For those you are there, so don't worry. I am just trying to create one key, uh, plot key. Uh, Once I just create one, okay. Seems like I'm done. Just give me a minute. I'm going to reshare my screen in a while. So please bear with me. So seems like the API is there. What I'm trying to do now, trying to run the plot and use this key. Yes. Which model are you? Let me just open the display. Seems like so. What I've done, I've created a new account, and with that account key, I'm trying to run it. So I have bypassed this free limitation for the time being. The main thing is if you are actually doing some professional work, so it's better to buy a paid account. But the thing is, we are experimenting and we need to learn how we can effectively use AI. So we need to somehow utilize these things. So with this being done, I don't expect this model to respond the same way. So implement separate test cases for each entity one by one and ask uh, let's see what it's working because we haven't saved the context. So let's see because it's going to do it again. The whole context have been lost, and despite we are using the same model, this model you can see it's asking for the like create test project directly. So I'm not allowing it. Okay, first evaluate the project, and there are there is a test project as well. Do build a context around it and save it within Claude.md for future session references. So instead of it's going to do certain other things, I've asked or directed the new session to explore the whole project again because the context is not there and we haven't saved the context. So what I'm trying to do, and I'll be doing very often, that I'll be pushing the context into some file, either plot.md, or I might be creating a context.md file separately. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but at least we can do that. Sorry for keeping my uh, image on front. So I'm hopeful that you will be able to see it. So let's see. Uh, so what it's doing, let me see. We want to proceed. What it's trying to do, it's trying to find this. I'm allowing it to go and use the find one. So somehow it managed and extracted all these uh, base entities. So I might need to build the roadmap again because that previous context have been lost. So let's see. And even we haven't pushed that to the plot.md. Let me just first let it complete, then I'll be saying it to create a context. So in AI or context driven development, the context is the major thing. So it's something like the memory that you have. Let's say if you sleep and wake up with a blank memory every day, so you won't be a same person every day. It would be a sort of a dementia or something like that, that you have lost everything. So coming back to the thing, basket item. So somehow the basket item is there. So yes, and build or save context in the Claude. Okay, rather than saying this, and also provide a roadmap for the remaining tests. So what it's going to do, it's going to create that file which we are like requiring, and currently I've just allowed it. Somehow it have hindered our development. This limitation have hindered us because we were about to create that file, but we have to retract and have to find other way out. So this was the reason which made me. Okay, so let's see what happens and how. Okay, so it's provided rather than reviewing. I'm going because there are just couple of methods and those are very simple. So I'm not reviewing it in entirety. I'm allowing it. And what else? It's also provide a roadmap for the remaining test. So this is what I'm interested in. Basket item tests are there. So if I quickly go to there, I think this one was the basket test. Okay, so I'm not going into detail for that. And what it's doing, it's reading certain files, and I'm asking for a roadmap for the for remaining test. So let's see what actually happens and how it proceeds. No, okay. I need a roadmap for the whole project's test cases. Evaluate how many, what sorts of tests are created and what is remaining. So what I'm asking it to create a roadmap for the whole project. So let's see what it does. We are just still trying to direct the AI, and to an extent we are able to do it, but not that much. So initially, do expect that your speed will not be as fast as you think, like it is going to create the solution in a go. No, you have to get yourself skilled, you have to get your context very right, and as you move along, once you are able to overcome all these things, then you will be able to generate code very fast. So don't think AI as a magic, but it's a logical way to make yourself faster. It's like previously you were walking on your own barefoot, and now you are inside a car. So first you need to know how to drive a car, how to accelerate it, and once you are done with that, so uh, like you can go as fast as your car allows. So let's just move that. uh, what so this and that, and one thing which I've been missing is like my Twitch account. If I can quickly go to my channel, see, see. So it's been there, but no worries. Like, nearly an hour have passed, so I'll try to wrap it up. So how to create? I'm just allowing it. Uh, let's just know, and first provide me the roadmap. After evaluating the whole project, and then we will go on creating. Focus on planning first. So let's see if it works or not and what it does. I'm not going to create any additional file. I'm not interested in creating those additional test file. And one more thing, as the AI have been like enhanced, so it's not just AI, like just saying AI as a buzzword is going to help you. You should have to sharpen your thinking, because it's like using an automated, very specialized machine. So if you use that machine wrong, so it can hurt you very much. So like using automated, I would say a saw or a automated machine gun or anything which can do things quickly, but at the same time can inflict a very painful thing or any danger if being used improperly. So with that being said, still it's taking a while. So let's see what it's doing. I'll try to wrap it up. The session I've already expanded around 1 hour. So I'll try to wrap it up as soon as possible. We'll try to keep it up. I'll just rebuilding it, trying the test, and then we'll be moving forward. So let's see what happens. I am just focusing on capturing the context and getting the roadmap inside our plot.md file. So at least once we will be reviewing or doing things again in future, it should start from the same this location or same point where we have left. So you can see like around 1000 tokens have been consumed. Uh, yes, I am allowing it to modify. Or first, let me just quickly review what it has done. So test, it have identified that instead of having no test, there do have a test project. It have added. So improvement roadmap, it have changed the test coverage status. So instead of short-term improvement for adding test, it says the status of the test. Then it says enhanced error handling and validation. So instead, one thing on the second line is doing wrong, but I'll allow it to proceed because we are just exploring it. But the second thing you can see, it's not an alternate to that because it's doing something different. And the thing which I've been mentioned over here is something which should not be modified. So improve the road testing and medium short-term improvements. So no new line. So I'm just allowing it despite I'm not very fully satisfied. So let's just move out. You can see within the plot there might be certain things. So in long term and short term, it have just focused on the testing. So there is only test related things are being done and it has focused only on testing. I haven't asked for any other improvements and all the other improvements that have been suggested by it have been moved. So this is something which we should not do. But just to keep this intact, we're creating a specific not at this point of time. So I am only run test current tests. So let's see if it runs the current test. If it fails, we will be stopping here and then we'll be resuming in our next stream and a video to see how we can. So it's going to run the .NET test. It's going to list the command. I'm allowing it. I want it to proceed. Searching for the pattern, trying to create this. So, to try to wrap it up because the session have already spanned over 1 hour. So I'm trying to wrap it up. So just bear with me. I'm trying my best to create me one test for a specific. All tests are currently passing. Okay. So tests are passing. So what we are going to do, commit and push the project to the remote repo with a proper description. Make sure to get approval from me before proceed. proceeding with commit. So basically files are and the project is there, so it's being added but not yet committed or pushed. So what I'm instructing it to commit, so we can have the same thing in our main public repo. And so it's just asking for a get status and pulling it from the main branch. Then it's saying like getting a stat is trying to get a difference in the working copy and the main copy. So there are two differences. Plot.md file have been changed locally. The solution file have been changed. So I've prepared the change, updated plot.md with test coverage and roadmap, modified solution file, test project added, and added new test files for all entities. Um, so, so I'm allowing it to proceed with get, commit, and push. So let's just allow it. So once I allow it, it's again asking for a get add command. So let's just allow it to run that get add, because it's going to add all these files. You can see a plus sign over here. If I can quickly hover over here on the cursor. So these files are not yet added. So it have added. Now it's come up with a get. So you can see the plus sign is still there, and once I commit, so it is going to get changed. So let me just, so you can see all these plus sign have been changed to a lock. Now it wants me to push to the repository. And let me just quickly open the GitHub repo. So you can see a push, or you can see over here, if I can quickly go to the detail. So these files have been added and some content is hidden or something like that, but you can see the repo over there. So push have been like pushed to the main repo, and I am very hopeful that you are able to learn certain things. The project is still running, but I'm trying to wrap it up. So thanks for watching, and if you think anything else needs to be added or any specific things needs to be catered, feel free to let me know. And moving down the road, I'll be adding more things to help you improve your software development skills. There seems like one thing is remaining. I'm allowing it to run the test. I'm stopping it for today. I'm signing off. And keep connecting and keep watching, and hopefully we'll be able to learn a lot together. Thank you.